Hello, it's me, Christine again. Simply unpacking for the rest of my life. Welcome to the rest of my life. Can you hear me okay? I'm on the little bug. Hello, the bug. It's like a shrimp. The little shrimp is on my collar. Little micro shrimpy. Hello, everyone. The hair is herring. Well, it was herring, and now it's falling. It's falling flat. But I actually don't care. Like, you can hear me super well. Oh, too well, too well. Yeah, I don't mind when the heatless curlers like work and then the next day it's half fallen out because it actually looks intentional. It's like that messy beach wave that everyone wanted in like 2004. You know what I mean? Yeah, I get that naturally. I just let it sit and do nothing for a day. No product, just time. And don't shower the next day or even 2 days. And then it's like extra beachy wavy. Yeah. It's effortless, but literally, like minimal effort was put into this hair. That's not really true though. You know, putting your hair up in a heatless curler does take some effort, but it's actually so much easier than any other method I've tried to curl my hair, to be honest. You won't get even results. Like this side is flat and this side is kind of wavy. But whatever, you know, who cares? Lazy girly hacks. So welcome on in, everyone. Welcome to the mods, to the Menchie gang, to the cats, to the dogs. Today we're partially chilling. I have a couple things to do. I have a long to-do list, including the rest of my weekend. That you won't see that, but I have a lot of things I need to get done this weekend because the holidays are approaching and I am not ready. I'm not ready. Are you ready? Do you have all your Christmas presents and shit? I personally am not ready. It's December 14th. Hello? I think I need to like figure out presents. Like I've got some shit, but also other shit is just like lost in the postal service. I'm probably never getting it, so that's good. I think I'm gonna have to like go to the mall and pick up some stuff to make sure I have everything I need. Your last minute shopping? Momo, oh no. Katie's not ready. Mark is almost done. Not quite though. Okay, well, we strive to be a Mark. Just human nature. Gotta wrap gifts, but then I'm done. Okay, that's nice. The hard part is done. The wrapping is like not that hard, I think, right? That's easy. It's like doing your citations. Like it's easy. It's the fun part. Gift cards this year from Princess Blingy. Nice. I don't mind a gift card. Do I get one? Vicious Puffin, so not ready. A lot of people are not ready. Let's do a poll. Are you ready for Christmas? I mean real Christmas, not Holo Taco 12 Days of Christmas, which is over now. I know, womp womp, it's over. But it was so fun. I hope you guys had fun during our 12 Days of Christmas. Now we're moving into 12 days of nothing. Everyone enjoy their holidays. Unless you want to hang out with me, I'll be here. Christmas is done, just need to wrap. Nice. I'm ready for it to be over. It hasn't even started. What? Gifts are purchased, just need to wrap. Yeah, like I feel like since I've gotten older, maybe some of you can relate because we've gotten older together, you know? But ever since being like late 20s, which I am now, no. But starting in late 20s, like family and friends just like stopped doing presents. It was like, we don't need to do this anymore, like whatever. Okay, unless someone put together like a Secret Santa and that was like the intention and then you just get one thing. But like it kind of just ended. And I don't mind because it's one less thing to have to think about, but it is a very different experience than the pre-mid-20s. Like I'd say like graduate studies age is kind of when it shifted. I don't know. Maybe that's different in every family, but that's the age where it kind of just fell off. But when I was like a kid or a teenager, it was way more of a thing. And obviously like a child. You look like you're in your late 20s. Thank you. I try. Actually, no, I don't. I literally can't do anything to my face. I'm very swollen today. Shout out to my autoimmune issues. No gifts this year, so it's very chilled. Nice. Presents are forever? Okay, well, that's nice. I told everyone they get one thing because I'm a broke artist, and my sister is getting a cardigan I'm crocheting. That's nice though. Like, gifts are still gifts if you make them. You know, make them a set of press-on nails. I've seen people do that. My presence is a gift. That's what my grandmother says to me and my sister. We go, what do you want for Christmas, Grandma? And then she just goes, oh, just you. Just show up. We're like, okay. Okay, fine. Done, fine. Yeah, like grandmas just don't want anything, right? Is that what happens when you're like super old? So like it's like a gradient of how you approach and receive presents over your lifespan, right? Someone could do like a sociological age-based analysis of this. So like you're a child and you have like extreme excitement, and then it kind of like gets kind of wah, but you still want things when you're a student age group. And then you're like, you don't want to lose that, so you kind of hold on to that in your early 20s. And then by the time you're 30, you're like, let's not worry about it. I'm too busy with my life and I don't want anything and don't worry about me and blah, blah, blah. And then by the time you're like 87, you're just like, no, I don't care. Just show up. I need people in my life. Don't leave me. Yeah. And by the time you're like that old, like you probably don't even want anything. I mean, other than like, you know, good healthcare and a nice place to rest, cozy items, I guess. But like you're just chilling. You've lived your entire life. You're not like when you're 20, you're like, I really need these pair of like sneakers. Like, no one thinks like that when they're 80. I mean, they still need good supportive shoes. That's not what I mean, but you know what I mean. They probably already bought them for themselves. Yeah. I just think by the time you're grandma age, you've had so many bad, disappointing presents. You just rather you don't get gifts. That is so true, and that's something I've noticed about old people. Like, a lot get more cynical or just more straightforward with age. And I've had this, well, it's not really a debate, but conversation with Ben before. Is our collective grandparents being more, whether like some people consider it like maybe a little bit rude, a little bit short, a little bit dismissive? Is that a product of just their generation, or is it a product of their age? Because after you've lived 80 years, you just ain't got time for any shit. Which one is it? Is that just how people behaved and it was like continuous in that generation? Or is it, you're like, I'm so tired because I'm 80 years old? They're just honest? Yeah, but why? Are we not honest? That's what I want to know. Like, are we all gonna be like this when we're 80 or not? Because our generations were maybe raised a little bit differently. Like, I was raised to be anxious and not call customer service when I need help. So how am I gonna behave when I'm 80? Am I gonna do a 180 and not care anymore? Or am I still gonna be like this? I'm not gonna ask for help when I need to be like wheeled around to go get breakfast. I won't even call the nurse. I will still be putting up polish. Fuck, that is so true because I haven't even started yet. Princess Blingy! I will literally still be unpacking when I'm 80. Well, thanks for that. It's true. Are you ready for Christmas? Whoa, we got a split poll. 58% said no. Yeah, me neither. Gifts for grands only. Cards are finally in mailbox now. At 68, don't want to do all that shipping. I hate to shop. Nice, yeah, fully aligned. I'll be painting everyone's nails. When I'm in the old folks home, I'll be the nail girly. Yeah, I'll be the lady you come to and be like, I will do your nails. All right, so, oh, procrastination. When I'm a grandma, I'm only gonna wear mid-mojito. My offspring must know my legacy. Yeah. What if it retires between now and like 2078? What are we gonna do? Uh-oh. Okay, so what I wanna do today is, I have a couple swatch sticks that I need to label, so we're gonna do that first. I have Underglow and Declassified that I still haven't labeled and added to my wheels. And then I have maybe the second last box. I lied in the title. Like, I think there's gonna be another one. And there's also gonna be like at least 7 more unpacking my prototypes, because that's not nearly done. But I've cleaned up a little bit of space there, and I'll move the camera because I have some stuff to unpack here, but I'd really like to get rid of these boxes at some point. That's the goal. It's just gonna take a long time. Tracy, I'm glad you're taking a while to unpack. I moved in August, and thanks to my new job, masters and kids, I am still not unpacked. We did a poll once, or am I imagining this? About like, yes, it took people a long time to not, hello, brain? It took people a long time to unpack, or in other words, they still weren't unpacked after like 6 months. So it's been over 6 months, right? Since I've been here, I think so, something like that. And yeah, I'm still not unpacked. And there's other shit that I still haven't unpacked, like Christmas shit, which I finally found. But then I was missing some stuff. I couldn't find my Holo Taco tissue paper. I have no idea where it is. I know I have it, because I remember packing it. But like, there's some stuff I'm just not gonna find. So grab your tea. I'm drinking, as always, Simply Maple breakfast tea. It's delicious. I put some honey in it this morning though, instead of, usually I put nothing in it, just oat milk. And if you really want like a sweet experience, then I would add real maple syrup. No corn syrup, bullshit, America, no corn syrup, just real maple syrup. But today I added honey, just like, cause my throat's kind of like sounds like I'm 87, so we'll see if this helps. Girl, it's been 1.5 years for me, and I still have some stuff in boxes in the closet. No one feel bad about taking time to unpack. Yeah. When I moved in, I don't even remember. Some of you will probably remember. Like, was it March, April? I don't know. When I moved earlier this year, we literally had boxes that we never unpacked from our old house, which was 7 years prior. There was like school books and like books and school books that were just labeled books, living room, and then we never unpacked them. They were just sitting in a box for 7 years. Like, and then we brought them here and they're still sitting in a box. Actually, that's not true. I did make a point to unpack some books in a bookshelf upstairs. But yeah, like that, I had stuff I just never unpacked. And a set of mirrors, I had these 3 like narrow, cute mirrors that I really liked, these like vertical mirrors from when we lived in the condo. And I wrapped them up nicely to put them up in the last house, and we just never did. We never put anything on the walls in the last house. Like, it looked like we were renters. Like, we just didn't do anything to the walls. And then 7 years later, I realized I never even like put those mirrors up. So I made a point to put them up in this house, but I've had them since the condo days, and I just really like them. It's just like 3 skinny mirrors that you put in a row together. Anyway, so yeah, don't feel bad. I literally didn't unpack things for 7 years and switched houses. My middle sibling wants the rest of us to give them a tattoo. A tattoo for Christmas? I have no idea what I'd add to their canvas. I'd be so scared that I'd ruin someone's body forever. Cam, you've been in my house for 3.5 years, still not unpacked, and 2 rooms in the house are unfinished and full of boxes and storage. That's what's happening in one room back there that you might have seen when I show Menchie sleeping on the purple couch. It's just like boxes. All right, let's grab your brother. Your brother. I don't know if I have battery. Hello? %, that's fine. Your brother. I saw my brother, I mean, not my brother, Ben's brother, yesterday. We went to a hockey game. Another hockey game, I know. It was like Ottawa 67s or something. I don't know. I don't know anything. It's like smaller than the NHL. So I imagine an even smaller pool of you would know. Does anyone know what that is? The Ottawa 67s? No, not the 69s, the 67s. I don't know why they chose 67. Hi, last night I dreamt that we were getting an HTX Dolly Parton collection in November 2025. That is so specific, Sarah. Dolly leaked it too early and the Discord was going crazy. Not sure what's going on with my subconscious. That's interesting that you guessed like a country related one, because we are doing something like that that the Discord already is aware of. Now it's not Dolly Parton, it's you guys, but yeah. CHL, OHL, well, which one is it? All right, okay, let's label Underglow. So we've got Moon Lagoon, the best name. The best name. And when I do print, chain print, yeah, chain print. Oh, she's gotta turn it on. Here we go. Moon Lagoon, perfect. When is the Menchie Christmas stream? We already had it. You're late. Pink Cloud. Oops, not Pink Cloud, Cloud 9, you dum-dum. Damn. Pink Cloud, that's such a bad name. I was just looking at the color, I'm like, the pink one. Yeah, the next Menchie Green stream, if that was your question, will probably be in January. I think that's how the timing works. Shadow Lake, Swan Song. But yeah, I'd have to check my calendar. And I have to make you guys your spill. So I'll have to do that. I chose the Underglow collection as my favorite. Did Holo Royalty enjoy their survey? Because we're gonna do another survey, and that one's on me. I gotta finish it. So remember how last year I did a data stream in January where I presented Holo Taco best and worst sellers, and then I also did a test thing where I gave you guys, and like open to everyone on stream, an opinion poll survey, and then compared your opinions on like what was the best shade of the year type of thing with actual sales data. So we're gonna do that again, but I think this year I also wanna send that survey out through Holo Taco and through you guys, like literally everyone, get the biggest sample size possible so that I have the most results. But if I do that, then I have to do it early. I have to make sure it's done in like a couple days. So I gotta finish that survey. That's something I gotta do this weekend. That's why I shouldn't stream for 4 hours, she said. And I also have to do the data analysis of like the actual sales data. Are you guys excited for the data stream? So it's looking like it's gonna be, I think it works out to be the first week of January. But Simply's got a lot of work to do over the holidays, man. But yeah, it would definitely be on a Saturday. Wait, what is this software? This is your brother. Something brother printing. This is the machine I have. So I'm just printing labels. And the last one we have is Misfire. When I print this one, no chain print, so it just cuts it off, I think. Christine with an H, that's not my name. Who's that? Can we veto some of your retirement choices? Silly munchkins, you're so silly. Unfortunately, no. And the list is pretty big. Don't hate me. But you know what? I'm gonna have to like put together some statistics that say like, here's how many shades we have. Here's how many shades that are currently in circulation. Here's how many shades we released this year. Therefore, we need to retire this many. So like, it's not that big of a deal when you look at it proportionally, okay? You have to zoom out and be a statistician so you can appreciate that it is reasonable, reasonable retirement. Don't be mad. Okay, I need to remind myself what direction we stick. Okay, we stick this direction. Is lemon sucked gonna survive? I don't know, we will see. It's definitely, is it more, how many did we retire last year? Does anyone remember? Bonus points, if you remember. I don't have it off the top of my head. I'm shook birthstones are still in stock. Shout out to the team, I know. I am so happy, thank the fucking Lord, praise be. Because we also got to use that cute birthstone email today. Did everyone get that? It was 10 last year. Okay, it's gonna be more. It might be more than 10 this year. Did anyone get the birthstone email? Did you get your wrong birthstone? Well, that means you put in the wrong birthday because you were probably trying to game the system and get your birthday reward earlier. So it will also serve to call you out if you intentionally put your wrong birthday in the account. It was cute, I love it. Yeah, it was so sad, like genuinely, when the birthstone collection sold out that early, because for a completely unrelated to like sales and revenue perspective, the creative team couldn't use their content. And it's so sad to like not be able to use such fun content, especially for this like fun theme that everyone had so much fun like creating stuff around. So it's very exciting, you know, all the creative minds out there can totally relate and be like, oh my God, I so get you. If you like did a bunch of work on something and you were super excited to use it and then it's like, oh, we can't use it because it's sold out, fuck. So sometimes we still will post things because even though something sells out, there's customers who like maybe need education on it or whatever, or it's still a moment we want to celebrate if it's like an anniversary or something. So it depends. It's not like I'm just saying zero content will be used after sellout. It really is case by case. But in this case, like, yeah, we did not use some of the fun stuff, including that email that you guys saw today, which I think was so fun. So in case you missed it, or were in your spam for some reason, fix that, please. But it basically pulled the data from when you said your birthday was, and then it sent you a personalized like swatch of your birthstone, and it says like, thank you for existing. So I got October today because I put my birthday in correctly. I love today's, it made me smile. Thank you. Yeah, I do think the birthstones are on their way to starting to go. I mean, not all of them, hopefully, but. So, it is I was not lying when I said last chance-ish. Justice for Crystal Mommy. Yeah, tell that to the 49% who said it gave them the ick. So rude. My sister just finished a walk. What should I reply to her? Knocked my socks off. Now, see, look, see? Now that's some walking. Who is this again? I should put you, who is this again? Oof? No, that's boring. Who is this again? There. I'm so funny. I love the stock replies. Me too. Whoever is like the copywriter on these stock replies, like, it's good. I mean, I would probably give feedback to like make more mean replies. I just think it's hilarious. Like, do better. Or like, that's pathetic. No, okay, that's too mean. It depends who you're doing it to. You know what I mean? Like, obviously you wouldn't do that to someone that you don't actually want to feel bad, but. Owls, I got a pedicure last week with Vitamin Glow and it is stunning. I also caved and bought more birthstones, so Topaz Tears will be coming to me soon. Nice. It's coming. It's coming in the mail. The mail is coming. Who got birthstones for other people's presents? I think we talked about this before, about how that's a good gift for other people. I'm gifting my coworker electrostatic. Nice, and I'm so excited for them to experience it. That's a good, like, classic Black Holo to get them to experience. Then they get hooked and then they become one of us. Next thing you know, they're in Holo royalty. What happened to Teal No Lies? It's not on the retirement rack. That's probably my fault. Because we have to add secondary copy and it does require like some technical updates to switch it over to the retirement rack. So, you know, in the midst of 12 Days of Christmas, the team was definitely more focused on all the things of 12 Days of Christmas. But it is like, yeah, on the to-do list to like, now you have to update the retirement rack, you have to add the copy, blah, blah, blah. So a lot of moving parts, but it's just, it's in limbo until it officially gets its retirement slot. Here's Camera Shy, which was the top selling declassified shade still, and the top opinion poll. So I'm super glad we released her. Imagine we didn't, it would be so sad. And misfire. Okay, perfect. So these are all the sticks that I've been meaning to add to my wheels, well, not wheels, my circles. So I think what I'm gonna do, okay, last year with Declassified, I ended up adding them into the formulas where they most match. So like Foiled Again went in with the Frosted Metal. So I'm gonna do the same thing for these guys. And I actually think that means I will keep Glazed Over and Camera Shy with Underglow because they're all micro shimmer. So I'm gonna do it by formula. Just one sec. Sorry if that's still blowing. I'm moving away, but like it doesn't matter because the microphone's here. No, no. All right. Let's put Underglow on this wheel because this wheel's smallest. And I've already got rock candy on it, which has micro shimmers in them. So it's kind of like, okay, let's do the next crew, even though, yeah, they're not crushed hollow, but whatever. So that's Glazed Over, Swan Song, Vitamin Glow, Moon Lagoon, Shadow Lake, Cloud Nine, no, let's do purple. Phantom Call, Camera Shy, and Cloud Nine. Yes, I know I'm putting the declassified kind of within, but you know what? Like, I think it helps in terms of comparing, and like that's kind of the goal. What's on your other hand? That's for me to know and you to maybe find out. Who knows? Maybe I won't release it. That's the problem. You have no idea. Okay. Oh, this is rock candy and this is birthstone. So I'm gonna put it with rock candy. So let's put it on this side, right beside the white that we could have axed and had done black rock candy, but too bad. Okay, there. There's Going Solo. And then Misfire, the alternative January Garnet Birthstone. I will put it right here, but right in front of Gosh Garnet. There. The unofficial alternative January birthstone. Hey, January babies. What do you think? Right? I gave you a bit blingier option. It's a really good holiday shade, actually. I mean, they both are, but if you want something a little bit sparklier, a little bit more reddish burgundy, it does pop a bit more because it has red foil flakes in it. All right, yay, thank you guys. Thank you. I did the work, but thank you. It's so satisfying to complete these wheels. Now I don't have to worry about it until January. Which I still have to swatch. Like I said, I have too much to do. Simply has too much to do. Okay, now I'm gonna move up here. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a quick pee out the tea. I'm gonna move my camera so you'll see up there. And then we're gonna unbox whatever is in here. I got Maybelline, I got some Indie Polish, I have some Orly, oh really? And I have some ILNP, including their like old bottles, if we get to it. But yeah, we're gonna go on that side. So just let me pee out the tea and I will BRB. So refill your tea, get your water, and I will run a little ad and I'll BRB. And I will mute myself, so you will not hear me pee. Unfortunately, there will be no tea in the bathroom. I'm back. Did you refill your tea? Or your water? Just dropped $2.50 on some birthstone and other polishes. Merry Christmas to me. Nice, Charlie Bear. Charlie Bear is gonna have a good Charlie Brown Christmas. Cheers. Cheers to that. Hey, can you get me some more tea? Please. Thank you. Thanks. Refilled your Red Bull. Didn't Red Bull get sued? Because like it said that it gives people wings, and then people were like, it's not wings, I'm suing. Did that happen, or am I making that up? Okay, let's unpack more nail polish. It just literally never ends. Like, is this deja vu? Do you have deja vu? If I ever move again, never. I'm never moving again. But if I ever move again, this series will literally never end. Like, I'll just do this until I'm moving into the old home, old folks home. Picture this. I'm 87. I'm moving into the retirement residence, and I'm unpacking nail polish. Do you think they'll let me take 3,000 bottles? I'm gonna have to. Why is it dark? Oh, let me turn this light. Let's see if this helps. Hold on. If I turn this light into my face, am I brighter? Am I brighter than your future now? No? I can't read from this far either. That's why I have to come over here to like see it. A little bit? Okay, I can turn it up slightly. Make an old folks home out of your house. I don't want other old people here. Good Lord. Okay, let me move this out of the way. This is annoying. Okay, I'm gonna turn up this lamp. It's probably gonna overexpose my ghostly skin. That's like bright on one side, but if it makes you happy. If it makes you happy. Simply, you look great. I like the shirt. Thank you. It's a t-shirt. It's like kind of like Bring Me the Teal. It's a little bit lighter than Bring Me the Teal. Actually, it's more like Brucey. It's literally a perfect shade match for Brucey. Yeah. It's a bit lighter. It's got a bit of muteness in it. I got it on sale. Black Friday shopping. Anyone else? I just bought a bunch of basics. I got this t-shirt in like 7 colors for like 25% off because the marketing got me. Okay, this is too bright. I can't think. I'm gonna turn it down a bit. Okay, I wanna go up there first and then maybe put stuff here. But I actually need to put stuff on my platform. So let me organize. Here, let's do this. Don't hurt your nails, family. Okay, go like. Prioritize your nails. Smart shopping, yeah. When I know I like something, I just buy it forever. I'm a very dedicated customer if I like something. The cargos look good too. Thank you. They're cargo sweatpants. I can put nail polish in the pockets. Okay. So the first brand that I'm gonna pull out here and put up there, beware, hope I don't fall, is I have some painted polish. Let me get you a good shot of ones you'll be able to read the label on. So this is an indie brand that I have probably like 10 to 20 of, and all I have is glitters, I think, from them. And this is going back to like, I think 2015, like extremely early on. And I believe it was one of my first swatch jobs, although I don't know if I was paid. I can't remember, honestly. I mean, maybe at some point I was like, can I charge? But I think in the beginning I wasn't, which I didn't for most of what I did, because I didn't even know. Because it was a genuine hobby. And just making sure I found all of them so I can put them together. Uh-oh, as a tour. That was from last episode. The sexy nail polish. Put those away. Those are not safe for work. Okay, I think that's it. Okay. Rider Diamond looks great with Emerald City, absolutely. Do you still have the first nail polish you ever bought? I actually don't remember. Like, because I probably was a literal child. I don't remember the first nail polish I've ever bought. I do remember like discovering more holo, like the Sally Hansen prisms when I was in early high school. That like memory sticks with me, but I don't like, there's no like, this is the first nail polish I ever owned. Like, I don't remember. It's not like in the way you remember your like first car. Like, I definitely remember my first car. It was a 1995 Subaru Legacy. It was my grandmother's. And it was like 10 years old when I was driving it. Okay, everyone be careful. Don't try this at home. Don't hold a bunch of nail polish up on a shelf. I'm just gonna not place them yet, just so I can get them all up here, and then I will place them. Be very careful with the sciatica, which 30% of you have, okay? 30% of you have sciatica, 40% have a family or friend who knows what sciatica is or has it. And the other 30% of you are lucky ducks. You'll get it eventually. I'm just kidding. I hope you don't get it. I hope no one gets it. I hope they find a magic cure, just like one vitamin that everyone can take to never have nerve pain in your legs. That'd be great. Yes. I can't read the chat from here, so I don't know what you're saying. But I'm guessing some of you are like, what is sciatica? And then others are like, I have that. And then others are like, is yours better, Shrimply? And then others are like, tell us what's on your nails. My legs, it's just one leg, is better. My leg, singular, is improved, but it is not back to normal. And I'm almost at 8 weeks now, and I've been counting because the doctor said, if it's 8 weeks and you're still not back to normal, then call me. And I'm like, okay, so I made an appointment because it's not back to normal. I still have a lot of like leg numbness, and I can't extend my leg, my left leg, the one that's affected, straight. Like, I can't touch my toes on that side. The like knee wants to come up, so there's no hamstring stretch at all, and it's very uncomfortable. So there's still something being pinched in my back. Long story short, it just means there's like a nerve being pinched in your back, and then it shoots like weird shit, like pain down your leg. So it affects like a large part of your body, even though it's a pinch in one small area here. I've been to physio many, many times. I think it's helped a little bit, but ultimately my doctor said if it's still there in 8 weeks, give me a call. And I was like, you know, I already booked that appointment at exactly 8 weeks. So now you have to take me even more seriously. There, did I answer chat's questions? I don't even know what you're asking. Remember to stretch. We love you. Simply, thank you. Thank you, bot. Yes, oil your nails. Sciatica is a demon. Let me tell you, when they order a nerve conductivity test, you are not gonna enjoy it. I don't want that. I don't want it. I think what they need to do, but I'm not a doctor, is like give me an MRI or whatever scan so they can see the nature of the compression. Is it like autoimmune related, or is it a singular isolated disc related, or is it related to my, like, I have very mild scoliosis, not serious enough for like anyone to give a shit, but it was noted. So I think if they can help identify what's causing it, then there might be different treatment options. Like, I don't think anyone wants to jump to the conclusion of like, you need surgery, and I absolutely get that. Like, I don't want to think that way either. The hope is, and for most people, it just goes away. So I hope it just goes away, but it hasn't gone away totally. And I don't want to think that it's gonna never go away, okay? The first thing physio said was stay positive. Don't read the internet. And if they knew that I was a streamer and had a chat, they'd probably be like, don't read chat. Don't read chat when they tell you that you're gonna die, your legs are gonna be sawed off, it's never gonna go away. Thank you, Simplynailogical. Yeah. 87 is Simply's favorite number. I don't know why I say 87 so much. It's like the Titanic. It's been 84 years, except I just say 87. PT is right, a former PT. Thank you, yes, because everyone is different. And they're like, oh, you're still young. That's always the response. I'm like, am I though? Like, okay. When do doctors stop saying that? Right? Like all my life, because I've still been the age or younger than I am today. I go to the doctor and I'm like, XYZ, should I be concerned? And they always go, oh, you're still young, it's fine. Like, at what point do they stop saying you're still young? Like, I'm really curious. Like, when will they stop saying that? Because, like, I'm halfway to 66? No, how old am I? Fuck, 72? No, ew. I'm halfway to 72? I think I will have a heart attack thinking about this. I forgot how to math for a second. When do they stop saying you're too young? Maybe at age 50? I'm 45, they don't say it. They tell it to me in my 40s? One foot on the grave. Silence after the math. It was just me trying to think. I had transverse injections in my L4, L5, This sounds like prototypes. At the beginning, sorry, of the year to deal with bulging discs, and it helped me for a while, but they don't last. Yeah, I've been told about injections too. I don't think I'm there yet, and I understand they don't want to do that preemptively. And I agree with that. I want to try and just heal it. And I also have done too many steroids from my like autoimmune eye shit. Not anabolic muscle steroids, corticosteroids, which are different, which are like crack cocaine. I fucking love corticosteroids because they work so well. But you're not supposed to take them often or else it stops working and you could like die or whatever. So anyways. I'm just unpacking ILNP boxes if you're wondering what I'm doing. And then I'll go up there, but I'll stay here for a little bit so I can read chat at the same time. Simply on crack, yeah, I know. They do work so well. It's just such a shame medicine has not invented a steroid that you can like just take your entire life and it's amazing. Like, come on, man. Prednisone is like crack. I know, right? It was like the only thing that actually cleared up my fucking eyes when I was crazy. This has already been public. You know the video I posted, what's wrong with my face? You remember this, right? Okay, well, I kind of had no choice but to make that video, otherwise all of the comment section would be like, what's wrong with your face? So my eyes had exploded before that, but then I realized it was gonna keep happening, so I have to come out and tell the truth to the internet. But yeah, when I was like so swollen like that, and it's not just swollen, it's rashing and stinging and burning and extreme pain, that I would rather just take a bunch of sleeping pills all day, because that's how depressing and painful it was. Like, it's not just like swollen eyes, like you wake up with swollen eyes and you're like, ugh. No, it was like extreme pain. So then they gave me steroids, and it works so well. But it's not a long-term solution because they only work for a limited amount of time. It's like limited edition steroids. This is so stupid, but it's true. And it's not really long-term thinking from like a doctor. So you do have to do more work to figure out what you actually need to do. But they are very effective when they are necessary. Limited edition medication, yeah, exactly. I remember when you wore sunglasses for the OG rainbow launch because your eyes were red? Yeah, see? I thought I could get away with it because I'm like, oh, it's a rainbow collection. It's so bright, so I'm wearing sunglasses in the entire video. But you clocked me. It was actually because I was fucking in the face. And there were so many times I was filming videos when my eyes were so uncomfortable and stream. Hence wearing the blue light glasses that I definitely don't really think do anything, but it was somewhat hiding my eyes. Can we have this room tour after you unpack everything? Yeah, I could give you this room tour for sure. I've done it a little bit on Snapchat, and you've seen that corner because that's where the prototypes live. And you've seen a bit of that corner, which is where I do macro swatching and like full hand photography. So when I posted like a BTS, like swatching Ben's nails or whatever of like Dark Academia, I think we did that for, then you saw. So you've seen 3 corners of this room. That side is just like those hollow storage boxes in an IKEA Kallax shelf with a roller paper on top for merch backgrounds that I still can't access and therefore can't shoot merch because there's too much shit in front of it. But when this room is like done, yeah, I would love to give a tour. Right now, there's just a lot of stuff in the middle of the room. So like, it's a big room because it was intended to be like my working studio space. And when you film stuff or stream, you need a lot of room in the middle of the room because you need to have like, okay, so there's a big desk. It's actually not a desk, it's a table. It's bigger than a desk. It's the old podcast table actually, is what I'm on right now. But I need room between that and this wall to move. And then behind the table, you need room for a tripod that you're sitting on right now. So a tripod has like big legs that go like this. And then I have another big tripod for the macro camera that's coming over. And she's a heavy duty one, so her legs are very spider-like. And then there's 2 giant lights that also are on a tripod and 2 soundboards that are like these big, tall, rectangular things to like stop the sound from echoing. So I sound better to you. All that to say, there's a ton of floor space being used by all of your spider legs. So there's no room in the middle of the room. So you actually need a big room so you can put shit like that in the middle and then you just walk around it. So it kind of makes a big room seem a lot smaller and it's like a circle. So I just kind of circle around my shit here. I'm still unpacking boxes. These are just ILNPs I happen to have packed in boxes just to help protect in some of the boxes I kept, so. Chat does have spider legs and I am a shrimp, yes. You're spiders, I'm shrimp. Don't get it twisted. Spider legs would be a good Halloween nail polish name. It would be spider legs. Would that give you the ick though? Would 49% not buy? Or only 10% not buy, but would 49% get the ick? And then yell at me on stream. Any other names for Crystal Mommy that you considered? Oh yeah, there was ones that had amethyst in it, but I think we all thought Crystal Mommy was just kind of funny. And yeah, and I didn't want every single one to have to be forced to have the gemstone in the name, because it just gets like annoying to have to do that. Like Happily Ever Aqua doesn't have aquamarine, so like, are you making the rule where it has to have the actual full gem name in it or not, right? And I didn't want that to restrict us. And same with October. Like if I was gonna do pink tourmaline or pink topaz, like I didn't want to have to write that in the shade name. That's annoying. It is funny. Casey thinks it's funny. So does Aurora and Bones Rocks. And Mermaid Willflower. Wildflower, not Willflower. That's a good shade name though. Willflower? It sounds like willpower. That would have been good for the taco that you just saw. Too bad, too late. But why mommy? We already explained this. I can't explain it again. It gets unfunnier if I explain it. I love the taco. It's so pretty. Do you guys like the taco? Holo Swatchers and Holo Royalty might have gotten a sneak peek at a taco coming in 2025. Not immediately in 2025, but early-ish. It's already been named though, so you didn't get to name it. We have to stay on strict timelines. So she's already been named. Okay, perfect. I got all these unpacked. Very springy already. What do you mean? Yeah, already. Things happen several months in advance, man, or else they won't be ready for you. You didn't like any of the shade names? Well, fuck. We're fucked then. Ava doesn't like the shade names. It's so pretty. Thank you, Moriga. I'm ready for spring. Flower topper is so cute. Pollen taco. Didn't you ask what the shade name should be in the survey? Yes, but no, we asked which one it should be, not what you would like to name it. There's a difference. We already had to name it. Or wait, no, what did we say? What do you think the name is? I think was the question. Hay fever taco? Oh my God, here we go. Here we go. The Discord is renaming our toppers, I'm sure. Allergen taco. Allergies taco if you're allergic to pollen. They asked what we thought they named it. Okay, yeah. The allergy collection. I could have one named Sciatica Cat. I think that's cute. That's so cute. Did the choices have the name? Yes, the choices had the final name. Why a taco with big glitters won't be easy to apply? I mean, you could say that about Starry Eyed. So some customer education will be there, but in expanding in the world of toppers, I think it's fun to try something new, see if you guys like it, right? And I think no matter what you do, no matter what the shape, although symmetrical shapes are a bit easier, so this has a symmetrical flower. There will be a little bit of zhuzhing, you know, take a toothpick, place them. But I think people, and you guys are, here's a preview of some of the results. When we ask people to vote by formula or theme, like if you had to pick one, overwhelmingly people are saying theme. So I do think a strong theme is something that we've been focusing on more in the last year or two-ish, which you've, I'm sure, noticed. So that's also what we're doing. So you can use your knowledge, like what would a flower taco go with in terms of theme? How would it speak to theme? Yes, love themes. So we're doing something a little bit different than maybe OG Simplynailogical would have come up with, because I have a wonderful creative team who also has wonderful ideas. Love a chunky glitter. Garden theme one, garden party. Give me a grassy background. What? I'm packing presents already. Nice. While listening to your stream, 3 presents are done, 1 left to go. Please, 3 of them are for pets. Presents for pets are the best. Wolfin, my order just shipped. Can't wait for my lovely peridot. Also, when is the last stream of the year planned? When is the last stream of the year planned? Let's take a look at the calendar. The calendar, I mean my calendar. Let's see. So the 18th is gonna be gaming. I think there's a sad cat game that I wanna play. It's sad, I think. But I wanna play it, and it's supposed to be like a 1 game stream. So that's my plan for the 18th. The 21st, next Saturday, I'm gonna do holiday nail painting nails. And then the 25th, I think like literal Christmas Day, I think I'm gonna stream for an hour. Like just say hi to whoever's around for Christmas. just for like just a little bit. And then the 28th I will be off, so there will be no stream on the 28th. So there therefore won't be also a Menchie gang on the 29th. So then I should be back on New Year's Day, which is Wednesday. And then the 4th, January, Saturday the 4th, might be the day to stream. So that, it looks like the last stream of the year might actually be on Christmas Day. Yeah. But if you're not here, it's all good. Then the 21st is the last stream of the year. But it's just the way the days fall. It just happens that stream day falls on Christmas and New Year's Day, which are like holidays for most people, but I don't know, it doesn't mean anything to me. Hello, been binging your unpacking streams to help with getting me through all the boring papers I have to write studying for these finals. Good luck in the finals of school. Jerry, has developing a robust catalog helped you develop an appreciation of colors or formulas you weren't a fan of before? Absolutely, for sure. And I don't want to be the type of creator, like brand director, that's stuck in a box of like what I did 5 years ago. So I'm absolutely leaning more into like having collaborative discussions with our creative team of like, what concepts would we do? Like, what's the art direction for this that may not have been something that like I wanted since day one, right? What gaps are we missing? What types of aesthetics haven't we spoken to yet? What are some new and trending ones that the team feels really strong about? So like when people say, oh, Simply would never wear this, it's like, well, I mean, maybe we're being a bit dramatic. Maybe I was a bit dramatic early on, but also if I only made nail polish in like my favorite color or like just did black and hollow releases for like 6 years, you would be really bored, right? I want people to get excited by different things and offer different aesthetics for a reason. So we're doing that. All right, let's put, I have a bunch of ILNPs, ILNP. And I'm gonna put them here on this shelf because they have black caps. So I prefer brands that have black caps to go towards the bottom because it just blends better in my shelves. I love the variety that Holo Taco does so much, thank you. Drugstore reds when? Okay, relax, Jules. I didn't mean like that, okay? Not like that. Drugstore reds. Will the next Menchie stream be the 22nd or the 5th? Probably the 5th. It's just gonna be a bit late. That'll be like a week later than I would normally do it, but that would be maybe the day after the data stream. So I will definitely enjoy just chilling with you guys then. After a big data dumpy. I really should start pulling data soon. I hate the incompleteness of like I would love to be able to wait until exactly December 31st for the cleanest of datas. Because that's like what I used to do. But there's no way I'm gonna be able to like wait until December 31st and then extract the data and have enough time to analyze it like in between. So I'm probably gonna have to pull it earlier, like, I don't know, next week or something, and start doing it. But I just, you know, it is annoying. I think that is what I did last year. I'm pretty sure I had a footnote that was like, technically until December 18th. I think some people get sick of celebs who slap their name on a product that they'd never use, but obviously that's not you. You're probably more thinking about collaborations though, which is not the same thing when you own your own brand, because that's different. Like if someone's like, oh yeah, I collabed with this bath wipe company, whatever. It's like, that's not the same thing as someone who starts their own brand. Because a brand, in order to exist and serve new customers and sustain themselves and, you know, be able to exist for years and years to come, you can't only do a singular, very narrow aesthetic that maybe like the founder is known for, because then you're just gonna alienate people. And what if that goes out of style or whatever? So you need to be able to build more to the brand than like just the creator. That's how I feel. So I think that's very different than like a celebrity who does one-off collaborations with different companies that maybe people argue they don't really use or wouldn't have otherwise used or they can't see them using it. That's different than you created a brand based on what you love about XYZ in your product offering. And then yeah, you offer more palettes, more designs, if it's clothes or whatever, that like maybe you don't like wearing skirts, but you're a clothing company and you start making skirts because it's like a new idea. It's a new not palette, but you know what I mean? I think that's very different than just in isolation collabing with different companies when it's not a brand building thing. You know how many people wrote Bentendo when we asked Holo Royalty and Swatchers, like, who would you like to see Holo Taco collab with? So many people just wrote Ben. Like, I don't know if it's like mostly people in this chat or in Ben's chat that are just being silly, but I swear so many people are just like writing Ben. And I'm just like, what does that mean though? Like, I don't know if that would actually go over well. It's something you think you want. You think it would be funny if he just has all these unhinged shade names. and like he does customer service for launch week or something, and it's absolutely terrible. But like, what about my brand integrity, okay? Do you want me to risk that? Come on now. You don't understand us. Give us the hummus collab, I know. Still waiting on hummus, goddamn. You guys still remember that? That was our April Fool's joke. That was our April Fool's joke, a hummus collection that we just photoshopped like existing shades and put them in a bowl of hummus. But some people are like, no, I really want it. So what if we did a April Fool's release, but you could actually buy it? Would you want that? If we did an April Fool's release, but you could actually buy it, would you want that? I mean, I guess it depends what it is, but just imagine it's as unhinged as that. Yes, you would? That would be funny. Yes, I'll buy it. You don't even know what it is, but you said yes. Sounds fun. Something fun, unhinged. Maybe. Depends on the shades. What if it's like the ugliest shade? Would you still buy it? I want to dunk it, monk it. Oh my god. If we release the ugliest shade ever, would that be exciting? For April Fools. What is ugly? I don't know. I'm sure there's some like empirical evidence on that. Yes? Yes? If it's the ugliest, then buy it for the plot. Do it for the data. Yes, because it's funny. See, I like this way of thinking. I will admit, there is a level of unhingedness that I can get on board with. It may not necessarily be letting Ben design it all, but you know, we could do something silly. Yes, give me ugly. Ugly is subjective, but I kind of like it for that reason, because it's so fun to talk about and argue. Collaborate with the sun, literal star, for a sunrise sunset collection. All the hues, all the yellows. Okay, so you definitely don't want us to sell that collection, because if it was all yellow, sales would be not worth all the resources that we put into it. RIP. The data has spoken. Okay, I still have a bunch here that I am going to... Oh, never mind. I have more in here. I lied. Let me just organize and read chat. Emily T. Baker collab. That one would be all purple though, right? Just purple hearts. Oh, I forgot to put these out. No, I'm gonna have to reorganize that shelf. Okay. Message retracted. Uh-oh, what'd you say? Objection. I put Avril Lavigne in my survey? Yeah, I wish. Claire Saffitz or Allison Roman? I know who Claire is because Ben's a big fan of her baking, but I don't know the other one. But yes, regardless, we are already collecting this data from Holo swatchers and royalty in the survey right now that is still on, in case you didn't get that email. Oh, there's more of these. Okay. Should collab with Evan and Caitlin. Okay, you guys, thank you, yes. Put your recommendations in the survey. it's easier for me to count there. All right, okay, let me just move this. Whew. Where is Ben with my other tea? My second tea. Would you collab with media like Avatar the movie or stick to only influencers? It depends. It depends. I'm open to both, but I also don't want to do one that like just doesn't feel like it would make sense. Like if we're not excited creatively around the concept and like what colors and shades we could do, and it just feels like a movie that's like, I guess that's, maybe people know it, but like, does it really fit? Then I probably wouldn't do it. I just posted my idea for next year, 12 Days of Christmas in the Menchie Gang Discord. Uh-oh, what does that mean? What is it? Now I'm curious. Simply and Ben sing an original carol in a video. Oh my God. No, you don't want that. Sanrio? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Wait, what is this? What are you doing? Wait, are we live? Are you live screen capping my reactions? Come on, guys. This is how you behave on Christmas week. That needs to be an emote. We don't have enough room for emotes. I just added the shrimp because I deleted Drunk Simply, I think. Is that the one I deleted? I can't remember. I was forced to delete an emote. It was a sad day, but I did. Menchie! Baby Menchie, are you here? Okay, will you jump up on a chair and say hi to chat? We'll see if she decides to jump up. Sorry, I know my back is to you. I'm ignoring you. That's what it is. It's like when you're giving a class presentation and then your teacher's like, make sure you face the audience. And you're like, I don't even want to be here. Menchie! Hey, you want to say hi to chat? Ooh. Hi, chat. She's so tall. Look how she's 5'4". Yeah. Hi. Should I put her up here so you could see her? Okay, stay there, poopy bum. Menchie. She's a little baby, I know. She's so silly. So we got a Christmas tree after, further to our previous discussions. We got a Christmas tree. It's fake. But I'm excited to put stuff on it because I haven't done that since I was literally a child. So we bought some ornaments, but we still have yet to do it. And I feel like we're gonna run out of time. So I told Ben this weekend, we committed to decorating the tree. We're like, no, we're decorating the tree this weekend. So although I have some work to do, I have some swatches, I have surveys, I have some data, I have some copy, some other shit, Holo Taco businessy stuff I'll be doing all weekend. But I said we would carve out some time to decorate the tree. Right, Menchie? And the cats have been sitting under it. There's no presents under it. There's just like a tree skirt, and I think they like the fuzziness of it. Like it's like plush and kind of soft. So that's cute. They've been so silly. Fashion historian like Abby. I'm not sure who that is. Sophia's kind of a fashion historian when you think about it. Your cat loves to sleep under your tree too. What is that with cats? Do they do it when there's like presents there too? Cause like what happens if you fill it up and then there's no more room to sleep? What will we do then, Menchie? My cat climbs my tree. So luckily my cats are older and they're just past that point of their chaotic lives. Like yes, Menchie sometimes is a little crazy kitty, but she mostly just does zoomies like across the house. She goes choo 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 choo. Yeah, I'm talking about you. But she doesn't like climb up trees or anything. She's done with that. That's her past life, right? Right, sweetie? She's a lady now. She's a 12-year-old lady. So even though she's very youthful and acts like a kid and rolls over sometimes, she's not like climbing up and bouncing vertically. She does horizontal zoomies, not vertical, which is nice. So she's not climbing up the tree. The only thing they did to the tree was go sit under it and like smell each other under the tree, and that's it. You're a good girl, right? Thankfully. Otherwise, I would not even risk it and just say fuck it and not get a tree. She's a good little baby. Yeah, she's not a kitten anymore. Look how calm she is. She's chilling. I have surgery coming up and the intake form specifies no nail polish among any things. Any recs for protecting my growth with my naked nails? Always wear nail oil. Oil your nails right now. Try it. Because the oil will help keep your cuticles and nail beds hydrated, so that if you do accidentally like press something, you know, then it will bend and flex and not snap and break. So if you can't wear any like enamel or anything to help act as a splint, then definitely like over nail oil your nails like 3 times a day. Load it on, throw some gloves on to get them extra soaked. And yeah, that's what I recommend. Okay, I have 3 Orleys, but I feel like I unpacked them somewhere else because I know I have more than 3. Menchie, where's the rest of them? Let me just check the other side. Am I crazy? Did we unpack them? Oh yeah, they're up there. Okay, so I'm gonna have to put these, I guess I just forgot about them. They're gonna have to go back on the other side of the shelf. Oopsie. Aw. Aw, Menchie. Look, it's a long Menchie. Silly girl. Yeah, she's on the other side of the room. She likes this room only when I'm in it. I've never caught her in here when I'm not here. So I just have like 16 polishes here left to go. And I think this box is just prototypes. Yeah, that's not even anything. Look, this is the wrong type of stream, but these are, I think, old Got Cake prototypes. Yeah. Hence this. Other versions of Got Cake that were darker. Wrong stream. This will be in a organizing my prototype stream, part 3. But that's what this box is. Because right now, I have unpacked most boxes that are other nail polish or my main Holo Taco, which we did first, obviously. But now I have like an overflow. Now all the excess boxes are Holo Taco prototypes. So this is part 14 of unpacking my main shelf, but I've only done 2 parts of my unpacking my prototype shelf, which means I still have stupid amounts of boxes for that shelf. So that's series 2 of unpacking, but I'm gonna put that over there. So that'll be the next organizing stream. Which maybe you like more. Actually, let's do a poll. Which one is more fun to watch? I'm assuming you've been to both. Okay. Why am I screaming? Which unpacking is more fun to watch? Toe unpacking. Hello? Okay, you must vote. Amateur nail art. Did you know they make cat tunnels that fit under the Christmas tree? I think I've seen that. That looks so fun. Also, currently wearing favorite sister and fold again on my nails. Perfection. I know. So good. So sad to see them go. They're such good Christmas shades. You might not know them, but collab with Nerd Forge. Then Ben can go to Norway. I'll let Ben know. Oh no, that's hard. Both are fun. Yes, you must vote now. Which one do you prefer watching? And you vote on that while I put up this last little bit that I have. I found random Essie Expressi, which I definitely already unpacked on this side of the room. So let me just shove them in here. I have Beyond the Nail indie polish. I believe this was a Canadian indie polish company from, this must have been very early. This was probably also like 2015, 2016, maybe even 2014. But I have a couple of those shades. So I'm gonna put them up here. This is kind of where I have like some indies. So that side we did more mainstream like drugstore or like beauty supply store nail polish. And on this side, it's kind of landed as more indies, give or take. Actually, yeah, I guess this is the indie side. Plus the like pleasing Tyler the Creator's brand and Machine Gun Kelly's brand that I just put here. Hello? Hello? That I just put there. So I have a random Powder Perfect, which I already unpacked. I guess it was just floating. And a random Pretty Polished, both of which were indies that I already unpacked them over here. Perfect, so I'll just add them to their parents, to their family. I like finding their families. This is not indie, this is LA Girl. Isn't that like a dollar store item in the States, I think? I'm pretty sure I got these in the States or like from Target or something. LA Girl Metal. Just like some orangey shade. Kind of reminds me of like I'm Over It, or this green, which reminds me of Ivy League-ish. Having both is more fun because the conversations go in different directions. Yeah. So because these are just 2 offs and I don't really have I don't have room on the mainstream side, I'm just gonna put them here. But those are not indie. So we're breaking the rules a little bit. I don't know her. LA Girl. I thought it was like a common brand you could buy in a dollar store in the States. No? Am I wrong? I don't remember. Will there be another survey about most used polishes from the year? Yes, that is the next survey, which will be the opinion poll survey that I have to finish making. So what went out recently was just an extra bonus content survey just for Holo Royalty and Swatchers, which also included like a sneak peek at some things. But then there will be a full year opinion survey that I have to finish this weekend. So instead of doing this, I should really be using you to help me finish the survey. I have some Maybelline. These are drugstore, obviously. Maybelline Color Show. I think if they're already on my other wall, then I want to keep them together, but I don't see them. Am I crazy? Okay, I might have to add them to this wall because I don't feel comfortable about putting all of these over there when that's very high indie. So let's move. We're moving. You're coming with me to this side. Now this whoop, gets in the way, but it's fine. It's fine. Move the light back. Yeah. Hello. Put this here. Oh. La. Where should I put them? I'm trying to look for like the biggest slot that I can make bigger. Okay, I can move those. All right. This wall is so everything. It's magical. Thank you. It really is fucking pretty sick. Walk downstairs in the morning, just stare at my wall. And I'm like, this is the best. Okay. Which stream is more fun to watch when it comes to unpacking? 67% of you said unpacking Holo Taco prototypes. Okay, good, because that's gonna be the next main series that I focus on, because I got a lot more of those to unpack. I think, like other chatters said, both are fun for different reasons, for sure. But there obviously is an end to the unpacking my other nail polish, because I have a finite number. And I don't really get PR anymore, so there is a number. Okay, let's put this one here, just to move that. Carefully, be careful, do not drop, do not fall. No injuries. No one will be calling WSIB, Workplace Safety and Insurance Board. Safety third, yes. You want to live in my nail polish shelf? Where? In here? Should I tuck you guys in here? How about there? Would you live in there? I have limited edition unit cartons in here. How about here? I see Double Dare Frozen Bananas, Original Got Cake, the remix collection. Put this in here so no one yells at me. This is motivating me to print another nail rack, especially since I got birthstones. I have no room to print another nail rack. Oh shit, are you someone who does like 3D printed racks? That's so cool. I don't know how to do that, so I just made our own rack. Or I got this shelf built. But when your collection is this big, you need a big solution. A 3D printed rack will not be it. You gotta call the professionals. All right, just put up the last O'Reilly's. Be very careful. Careful. Okay, and I'm gonna come back to center. Back to center. What is this, dance class? Okay, here, I'll take you on a little tour. See what I've done here and how much space I have. So I just, for now, I put my boxes up there and not really in order. I mean, there is a row of like holiday boxes and there's some gaps. I don't know. I have other boxes on other shelves, but I'm basically leaving room because see that middle one that's empty for Holo Taco? Like that's where I'm gonna build stuff, and then the top shelf with all the bottles in it, like this one, that's limited edition stuff. So you can see on the left, I think some of those, I got my birthday shades, then I've got Gala and Remix, or vice versa, Retro, Julian, Sophia, some of the royalty shades. And then you come down, it's like kind of overflow of different various collections, which has made it definitely harder to organize once we started doing like vacation style collections where everything was like a different formula. But I am intentionally leaving that row so I can build there. And then limited editions, when there's more, I would build up. But that's just that one row basically at the top. And then on the right, so I've got mostly indie brands beside some collection boxes there, which I did on purpose because when I'm sitting here in frame, I kind of like that you see something like this. Like you see some boxes to the left and right of me. And I also just like the rainbow boxes together. But I filled up the bottom, which is fun, and I have more room here for some of like classic stuff or just more boxes that I haven't unpacked because that's definitely not all the Holo Taco boxes either. It's not really in an order either. But this side is getting pretty stacked. This is all mainstream-ish polish. Hence a lot of like white caps too. It's a lot of Essie and Color Club and whoever else does white caps. But yeah, we are mostly unpacked. And then you see over there, you can't see, there's too much shit there. But that's where my Holo Taco prototypes are, on the uglier shelf. That's the Billy shelf. The Billy shelf is not like this shelf. It doesn't have lights and it's not like 20 feet high or whatever. It's not 20 feet. That doesn't make any sense. I think it's like 11. Yeah, and then while we're doing a room tour, that's just my other wall, which has storage boxes and like a roller paper that I can't put down because everything's in the way. See how there's like boxes on the floor still? Boxes on the floor. That's the cat's litter. Wanna see the cat's litter? There's the cat's litter, so it always smells like poo in here. That's some random shit. Random shit. And let me go the other way. There's a big thing blocking it, so can't really show you, but over there is my swatching desk, which probably has stuff we're doing next year on it, so I'm gonna pivot back this way. Detectives are like, zoom in, focus. Let me put this back. Ooh, is that in the middle? Are we in the middle? Roughly. Okay, good enough. Hello? Computer, enhance. What? Looks like you've been busy swatching. I'm literally, it feels like I'm always swatching because I do macros and then I switch to full hand and then I do like a skill. Breaking the fourth wall with Simply, yeah. Are we swatching today too? No, I can't do it. I gotta do the Christmas tree shit with Ben. Remember when Ben built me my shelves? Yes, I do remember. That's where we started, you know, where we started, where we are now. And yeah, these shelves look really good. I know, I am aware. They are highly privileged looking shelves. But to showcase my collection, whether it was my brand or not, like we've had shelves built before I even owned Holo Taco. In our last house, we had custom shelves built. It was like, it's set design really, right? For the videos I was making at the time and now for stream or whatever. But it was truly a dream to like design nail polish shelves when I did that for the first time in the last house. And we had to like measure what the ideal height was. And then also I wanted like a double rack system. So there's like a riser in here. It's basically just a block of painted wood. So it's actually not that sophisticated. It's a removable block that just comes in and out, but you just make it slightly shorter. And that makes it like a riser, so you can put one and then two, which just looks really nice instead of just one row of polish. Did you end up having to tear out the shelves? No, we didn't. We asked the real estate agent, like, should we remove them? Should we cover them up? Like some people just drywall over it because it's actually cheaper than removing all the work apparently. Or should we just leave it? And they said, just leave it. And we were like, okay, like I just listened to what they said and then someone didn't mind, I guess. Like, I don't know. Like, you never know. And when you take possession of a home, like it's fully up to you what to do with it. Like you could tear it down if you want to. Also, unless there's like city rules about you can't do that. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea if someone is using my shelves or if they took them out. It is such a random but cool feature. I have no idea if the real estate agent also like explained what it was for. Probably not. I imagine they just left it blank. And then they were like, and also you can like turn on the lights in this really cool custom shelf where you can display small items. It has a dimmer. It was the same system. That's what I have now. Just this one's like, we made it slightly bigger, but otherwise it's basically the same. Does the new owner know who you are? I don't know. I don't think people like in the normal world really care. You know what I mean? Like, we're a different group. If you like talk to your relatives who aren't in tune with like YouTube or cosmetics on the internet very generally, they don't like care. They're just like, okay, that's weird. They film videos? Okay, whatever. I don't know what that means, sure. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter to normal life people. Where are the Holo storage boxes from? I think I got them from Walmart like many years ago and they don't have them anymore. So yeah, I don't know where to get it anymore. Shelves are great for any collector, really, yes, but it does really matter what size and scale of what you're collecting, right? These shelves and the ones in my last house were custom made for nail polish bottles. So like maybe there's like little figurines you could put on it, but you might run into a problem if some of them are a bit too tall. How much more space for polish did you add this time? So in the last house, I think the ceiling was 1 foot shorter and the wall on which we put the polish was definitely narrower because it was like a very long, rectangular, narrow room. So this gave us, I don't know the square footage off the top of my head, but this is the wide side of the room. So it's definitely wider and I wanted it so wide so you literally can't see the ends of it. In the last house, we had to make sure the camera was like just at the right spot so you didn't start to see the wall on the side because it was narrower, but I didn't want to like have to worry about that. So it's literally the entire wall, and on that side, which you probably already saw in that little tour, the nail polish racks don't continue to the wall. It actually becomes closed storage in the same black like this. So there's like push doors like this, but they switch to black over there just so I can have some closed storage. And that's where I put like, I don't know, arts and crafts and trim bullshit in my clothes storage, but it's part of the same like built-in. I love built-ins. Built-ins all day, every day. It's a gigantic spice rack. Remember you showed that very thin closet? Yes, so in our last house, in addition to the nail polish shelves, we also built a very thin, because that's all the space there was, like gateway, like a runway of thin storage shelves, like 30 feet, because the wall in the basement, it was just like a narrow hallway all down the basement. And there was just this like runway that was created by, I guess, like a bulkhead, but on the floor where there was, I don't know, mechanical shit. And then there was just this like empty bulkhead for no reason, that's just like a catwalk. So we just built a bunch of storage on it so I could actually use it. But I don't have a similar thing like that in this house because the hallways are just shaped differently. But I have a storage room, so that helps. May I ask why you moved? I feel like you weren't living there that long. We lived there for 7 years. I think people just have a different sense of memory when they're like, you just moved. It's like, no, it was 7 years ago, actually. Just more space. And I don't know, you know, everyone moves on average. Well, we did this poll, actually. How many times have you moved in your life? And I think the experience is very different depending on whether you live rural or in the city. That's a major difference. So I have moved like fucking 15 times in my life. Like I probably have to like carefully count because of when you're a student and you move away from home. It's very common to like even move once a year. And I moved on average once a year, give or take, stayed in the same place maybe for 2 years, a couple times. So moving in 7 years is a long time for me in my living experience. So that's like definitely a long time to stay in the same place. But then on the other hand, there's people who are like, I've lived in the same house for 37 years. But yeah, no, not me. I'm used to moving almost every year for like a decade of my life. It was annoying, but I don't know, that's just like kind of life as a student, right? Like you're just like moving around, renting, moving out of your parents' house, whatever. I started doing that when I was 17. And with renting, yeah, with renting you move multiple times. When you live in the city, maybe people move more frequently. I don't know. That's just the experience I've had. I moved 15 times. We did this poll. I asked people how many times have you moved? And it was either like, I moved never or I moved a lot, I think was the most. Do you think you're done moving now? I don't know. I'm not going to say never because like as my doctor said, you're so young. You're 36. I don't want to move in the next 7 years. That's not ideal, but you know, maybe at some point in my life, yeah, I'll probably move again. What did you do with the old shelves? They're at the old house. So I don't know. 7 years, time flies. Yeah, exactly, right? The COVID years just blurred together. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, and I wonder if moving is getting more common because of like the stupid ass housing market. And it's like forcing people to move. So I don't know if that's gonna be a different experience for younger people rather than the people who are like, I've been in the same house for 37 years. Like, I don't know if that's gonna be a thing as often anymore for the next generation. We will see. I have never lived in my parents' house. And your parents have had the same house since you were born? Wild. You like moving? I feel like everyone complains about moving, and I fully understand because it's just so much time. Like, it is a huge time suck to pack all your shit and move, and it's like No one has time to move. I fully agree with you, but there is something kind of satisfying about packing, organizing, finding stuff, setting up your new space. Like, it is fun, even though it takes so much of your life. Fully agree. I don't have a childhood home. No, that's sad. Yeah. I even when I was a family, or had a family, I moved like enough. I think I lived in 1, 2, 3, 4 different houses, and by the time I was 16, and then I moved out on my own. So yeah, I lived in 4 different houses from 0 to 16, I think. So it wasn't crazy to me. I've never had the experience that maybe some of you have, where it's like, I've lived in the same house for 80 million years and it's like crazy to even think about moving, because I guess I knew that experience when I was like a toddler and then a kid and then whatever. So to me, it's like, whatever, I don't care. Just don't lose my stuff, you know, that's it. Maybe that helped me as a student, like not be that attached to my house, and that's why I didn't get homesick either. I grew up in the same flat and my mom still lives there. 38 years? Wow, crazy. Yeah. I think like there's one thing that I honestly don't really understand in the States, where you can get a mortgage and you keep the rate forever. Like, I don't know how that works, literally. I'd have to like research it, because in Canada, it is a major reason why people are being forced to move, is because you buy a house at a reasonable mortgage rate at a certain time, and you can only lock in for like a couple years at a time if you choose to lock in. And then in a couple years or 5 years or something at most, it's just whatever the new rates are. And if the new rates are fucked, which they have been increasingly fucked, and then you can't afford the mortgage for the same house. So that is a major reason in Canada right now why people are like, well, they're forced to move to a different home that has a lesser mortgage. But in the States, it doesn't work like that. It's 30 years at the same rate. Like, I don't even understand. How can they promise you that? Ben, do you understand? I feel like I'm so dumb. How in the States do you get a mortgage rate that doesn't change for 30 years? How does that make sense? Speaking to this mic.
So somebody murdered a CEO like 40 years ago?
No, that's... No, but actually though, I don't, like, how does, what? How can they like never change the rate? How does that account for like the economy if it's unchanged? It doesn't make sense.
You gamble. It's America, baby. You win big, you lose big.
But how is that a gamble? That's not a gamble. That's the opposite of a gamble.
It's a big gamble.
That's locking into the rate.
You can lock in like a 30-year interest rate when they're at record lows. Or you could be screwed for your lifetime. That's America.
So does it even out? I don't know. It still makes no sense to me how you can like lock in at 2% for 30 years. Like, what? Okay. Anyways, don't worry about it. I don't need to understand. I'll just live here in Ottawa. Fuck. No, Ben, you can refinance if they're lower. You can refinance. Okay. Okay, so you can basically get a lower rate by refinancing. So how does this make any sense that you can have mortgages that are low for 30 years? Canadians are just like, what in the fuck? I literally don't understand. Yeah. I had no idea that was a thing in Canada. You taught me something. Yeah, it is a huge reason right now why so many Canadians are being forced to move because of the housing crisis. So like, yeah, the word housing crisis means different things in different locations. But in Canada, it's like people literally can't afford their mortgage that they've been living in the same house for years because rates went up and their contracts ran out because it happens every 2, 3, or 5 years, depending on whatever you picked when you locked in. Or you have a variable mortgage where you never lock in and it just is what the rate is, which would be worse. Sometimes it's better, it depends. It's gambling. That's the neat part, it never makes sense. I know, there's some economist who's like made a video about how it makes sense. Like I just haven't watched it yet. Or maybe I did and it just like went over my head. But if they have their own house, yes. You own a house in Canada, and it's probably like this in other countries. UK people, is it the same? What I'm explaining, how it works in Canada, is that what it is for you? I don't know. But in Canada, you buy, okay, it's 2002. You buy a house and, wait, this is maybe a wrong year, I don't know, whatever. These figures aren't necessarily accurate. It's 2006. You buy a house and the mortgage rates are only 1.8. So you lock in at 1.8 and you're like, that's a pretty good rate. Let's pick the 5-year term. I'm gonna lock in for 5 years. So you're like, great, okay. And then 5 years goes by and then it's time to renew. Oh fuck, rates are 5% now. You have no choice but to renew at 5%. Now you can choose to only renew for 2 years and not 5, so maybe hoping rates will go down again. So maybe you choose only 2 years, but that's still almost 4 times more than you were already paying for the same house that now has to go to interest and not principal. Hello? So, okay, so UK is the same, yeah. So what happens is when there's economic crises like what came after the pandemic, or even 10 years prior when there was like the other recession that I recall because I was a student then, as all rates kind of went up again. So you're just fucked. So a lot of people are just like, well, I guess I have to move because I'm not gonna pay 4 times. Yeah, that's what you do. And then people who are like would-be homeowners who are like saving up and like maybe almost there, now they can't because maybe they have the down payment, but they don't have the mortgage rates at that rate. That is insane, I had no idea. Yes, thank you. So everyone says Canada's amazing. Well, you know, every country has its issues. So, and I'm not complaining for me personally. I am talking about more broadly Canadian speaking. That is something that people are struggling with today. Same in Sweden, okay, yeah. And in other locations where the mortgage rate it's based on like a certain number of years and then it's, you have to renew it. And it's correlated with like inflation in the economy. So when all that sucks, then you have to pay more, which makes no sense. It sucks, it's a similar issue with renting. My doctor is reassuring me that your doctor? That I'm not alone. Moving back home, that it's temporary, but my Holo Taco shrine is gonna have to come down. I'm gonna post and come with you, oh no. 30 years fixed rate. Yeah, I have no idea how that makes sense. Unless it's like what Ben said, where like, yeah, you just have, but doesn't that favor like boomers who locked in at record lows in theory? And then what? You try and get one now for 30 years and it's ridiculous because it's impossible? That's also stupid. See, our version doesn't favor it in that overt way, maybe like in a indirect way, I guess it can. But right now, just everyone is fucked. Everyone who is not rich. Yes, and I am a boomer. Terry's like, yeah, I love it. I guess it's like kind of nice if you like the elderly, that like you're not kicking them out of their houses because they can't afford the mortgage anymore. In Canada though, old people are definitely getting kicked out because they can't afford the mortgage anymore. So, but it's equal treatment across age ranges because everyone has to renew in 2 to 5 years. That's why the US housing market is terrible. Is ours better then? Every 2 years or 5 years, whatever you locked in at, you have to experience extreme anxiety and decide whether or not you can continue to live in the house that you purchased because the mortgage is now 3 times as much. It sounds like mortgages in Canada never get paid off. That's not true. Some people pay off their mortgage, but sometimes it is smarter to not pay off your mortgage and just like pay the fee, because you have to pay off your mortgage is very expensive. You know this, right? For most people. Most people don't have like hundreds of thousands of dollars to just like pay off the rest of their mortgage. Let's say, you know, it's like a $900,000 house or something. In this market anyways, that's closer to average in a major city. It is uncommon in my experience for people to have fully paid off their mortgages. Unless you were like super old. Yeah, I guess it's more common among boomers, yeah. But like, there's no one my age who's anywhere near paying off their mortgage. It's very normal to not do that. So does Canada not have 30-year mortgage terms? No. There is such a thing as amortization, where they like structure it so here's what your payments would look like over the next 25 years. But you only get guaranteed a rate for, I think it's like 2, 3, or 5 years. Maybe there's certain companies that do like a 7-year plan. I don't really know, but that's uncommon in my experience. I think like 5 is usually the max you can get locked in for. But like if you're in your 30s, then our parents, it was more common. Like I remember my friends' parents having paid off the mortgage, and they'd be like, "Oh, you guys haven't paid off your mortgage yet?" Like, yeah. But that, I don't think that's a thing these days. How do you finance cars? Well, probably the same as you guys. Actually, maybe not. I have no fucking clue. I'm just learning. You could buy a car outright. Like, I guess people could buy a house outright in theory, but that's just less common. You could finance a car where you start paying down and you could buy it out after. That's an option. Or you could lease a car where you're just like renting a car. So those 3 options are generally available, and there is an interest rate that is set. But usually it's like just for a couple years. But that makes sense, because a lot of people do kind of want to change their car after a couple of years. Not your house. Most people aren't like, yeah, let's change my house every 3 years. Like, that's not desirable. But it makes more sense to me in cars. Like, yeah, you just give your car back. You can get another one at the same rate, hopefully. I've never understood why someone would lease a car. It depends. My dad used to talk a lot about this because he was in the car business. If you are in the car industry and for your job, it requires you to like test out cars or drive new cars or basically do PR by virtue of driving or trying new cars or knowing new models, it's absolutely in your interest to lease. If your work vehicle is gonna be that lease vehicle, then it's more in your interest for it to be a work-related expense and do that lease rather than it be a personal asset. So there's a lot of reasons why people lease cars. There's also the more like just fun reason. People want to have something newer every couple of years. And then there's also the more valid, rational reason of people on the other side who are like, oh, I don't want to own a car because of the depreciation level. So not all cars depreciate the same, but most cars depreciate a fuck ton the second you drive it off the lot new, right? So yeah, you will still be able to sell your car in 10 years, but you also don't know if there's like more recall issues that appear 5 years into your car. Maybe you're not going to get anywhere near even accounting for the depreciation value that you would lose. So it is a little bit of a gamble unless you want to drive your car into the ground and you have no intention on selling it ever. Then yeah, you're just absorbing that depreciation. But some people don't want to drive a car into the ground, so to speak. That's the expression my dad used to use. So yeah, it's not just like rich people who lease cars. There's a lot of reasons why it makes sense for people. And not all cars you lease are like nice cars, right? Like you can lease very economy cars. And sometimes it's cheaper in the short term to lease because then you don't have to upfront buy something. So when you lease, you don't have to pay for some maintenance. I guess that might be part of like a selling package, but it depends on the package. Like sometimes you might have to, sometimes they include it as part of the promo. I'm driving my car until it dies. yeah. I'm loving the Simply Economics class. Okay, I'm not a good teacher in that. Like that is not a subject I studied, clearly. The oldest car that I have driven is my 1995. I'm just gonna show you because it's kind of funny. I'll show you what I drove. It sounds so old now. This is what I drove. Baby Simply. When I was 16 years old. Okay? Look how fucking cool this is. This is not really a nice car, but it's very durable. It was blue, the one I had. I probably posted a picture somewhere. I didn't have the hatchback one. I had the regular sedan. It was like a dark blue. It literally looked like this. That's it. That's the color I had. So I was driving this when my spoiled classmates, because I went to a partially spoiled high school, drove brand new BMW X3s. Was it an X3? I can't remember. M3? I think they had M3s, the M series, yeah. This was my grandmother's car. She gave it to me, and it was 10 years old when I started driving it. Does that make sense? So it's a 1995. I was born, so then it would have been 2005, yeah, and that would have been when I was driving age. So I was driving a 10-year-old car, which I definitely got made fun of. Only because I went to school with spoiled kids and they got brand new Beamers for their 16th birthday. And I was like, well, I'll just drive my grandma's Subaru. But it was very reliable. No, this is not the one I painted. I wouldn't do that. I needed to drive it. This car did get driven into the ground though. So in a way I am grateful that my first car was a hand-me-down. I didn't get to pick it. It worked, except the AC really fucking sucked. It had a tape deck that I switched out to a CD player I got for Christmas. And it got driven into the literal ground, and then I bought with my own money the Mazda 3. If you recall, that was in a video, remember? Mazda 3, I think it was a 2004. Yeah, because when I went to university, I didn't want to take the Subaru because I'm like, it literally might die on me and I will get stranded in Ottawa. So I wanted a newer car. So I got a 2004 used Mazda 3. I bought it outright, but I bought used because then you get rid of some of the depreciation value that you don't have to do. But it was kind of like that, but it was black. But then it got rusty. It's like a known issue in the wheel wells. Yeah, then my dad pointed that out. And he was just like, you get in an accident, your car goes like scrunched up. And he would always say that to me. And he would harp on me to get a new car. But I was very stubborn. So I refused for like, I don't know, another 10 years or something. Because it was kind of newish and I had bought it outright. So I was like, I don't wanna. But yeah, finally I did get a newer car. But he was not wrong. There was a lot of rust. I took good care of it regardless. Like I tried to do some anti-rust treatments and stuff, but it was a bit of a manufacturer's defect for that particular year. And sometimes cars get old. I love how you're telling this story through Google searches, but like this is true. Like I'm not making this shit up. There's forums on it. I think everyone had Mazda 3s our college year. It was such a good like car that actually looked good. Like it looked like kind of sporty. The sportiest you could look in 2004 for a decent price was the Mazda 3. The new ones are like, what are they doing these days? What even is a Mazda 3? Like they look totally different. I don't like this. I judge cars by their appearance totally because I'm a car girly. I hate this. It looks like a Buick or something. Like, I don't like the front end. It looks so long. Like, what are you doing? I wonder if it's even like literally longer. It probably is like another foot longer. Sorry if you own this car. No disrespect. I like a cute, tiny sports car, which I thought this was back in 2004. Here, I can pull up. Should we watch that video? Okay, let's just watch that video before we go up. I'm gonna find it. Simplynailogical painting in my car. Was it that one? Was it nails in the car? Yes, it was. All right, hold on.
And welcome to getting ready in my 2004 Mazda 3.
Check engine light. Thank you, Ben. Okay, it's a good car. Look how sick it is. That music still slaps. Okay, do you see the rust? Fuck me. I was like to my dad, there's no rust, it's fine. Like, you can literally see it. You see my winter wheels, I put red tape on it because I'm like, I need to make them look prettier somehow. Who filmed it? Ben. I think there was a tripod, if not Ben. This is art, it really is. Let's continue. We were literally on lunch break. Like, that was the work parking lot, or like beside the work parking lot. Lunch break on a film video. 2017.
Oh well, hello everyone, it's me, Christine again. And today, we're in the car. I thought it would be fun to do our nails in the car. Because everyone wants to know how to do that, right? You gotta go on a date, you gotta get to school, you gotta get to work, and all you have is time in the car. Just
Wait,
you gotta go on a date, you gotta get to school, you gotta get to work, and all you have is time.
Yeah. I actually think just the intro was filmed on lunch break. Yeah, we did it separately. I think we filmed this part like on the weekend, obviously, because this probably took a couple hours. But I swear I thought that intro scene, like just me doing that was on lunch break. I just wore the same thing. Ben being a good sport. The coat is amazing. I still have it. My Holo snow coat from somewhere. Yeah. Well, that was good. How did it turn out? I forget. Pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Ben gets different glasses throughout each video. Yeah. Oh, through the same video? Really? There you go. So it wasn't filmed at the same time. How long did you drive around to get all the shots? I don't remember since this was 7 years ago, but I think like a couple hours. I probably tried to do it quickly because it was like a lot and I probably had to pee or something, you know? Holo Taco X Mazda? Yeah, no. Not after this rust slander, but like you can see it on my car. I'm just laughing because I was in so much personal denial that my car had rust. I was like, no, it's fine. We're like, no, it's fucking rusty. How long have you and Ben been together? Older than Menchie. That's how I remember it. So if Menchie is 12, then it's got to be like 13 years. What happened to the car? I donated it for parts because it was on its last legs because of the rust issue. Like, I didn't even want to attempt to sell it because I knew about the issue and like, why would I do that? So I ended up donating it. There's a program in Ottawa, I think it's called Kidney Car, something like that, where they basically just like strip the car for parts and they donate the proceeds to charity. So I donated the car. That's all. It's been 84 years, 87 actually. Menchie is 12, yeah. What'd you do with the car you painted? That was a old Jetta, older than my Mazda. And that was in North Carolina. I purchased in North Carolina and donated back to a charity in North Carolina. Cause it like stopped driving, by the way. It was like no longer operable. It was barely operable when we bought it just to paint it. Like it was a literal piece of shit. Cause we just needed a car that kind of drove that we could paint. Does Menchie have a middle name? No. Do cats need middle names? What's your dream car? I like sports cars, but it's pretty dumb because I live in Ottawa where there's constant snow. Like there's like a foot of snow outside right now. So any sports car that I would like would be very dumb. So I just think about it, but then I don't get any. And by sports cars, I don't mean like Lamborghini, Ferrari. Like I don't want that. I feel like those are impractical levels of sports cars that are also hard to drive or hard for anyone else to drive. So I don't know. I don't really have a particular dream car. I really like German engineering cars, to be honest, as opposed to American cars. No offense, America. But like I don't like Corvettes. Sorry, I hate Corvettes. I don't know. Maybe one day I would get like a two-door sports car, not at the Ferrari Lambo price point level. Like I also don't want to spend $500,000 on a car. But I also think that it's pretty dumb. Like I just want like a coupe. Yeah, just like a cute little, I don't know. But I am too practical for this. So for now it's 4 doors and snow tires. And despite everyone thinking that I would get a holo wrap on my car or like multi-chrome paint, in real life, if we're being real here, because this isn't a video, this is just me streaming as Christine. I would actually never put any holo or multi-chrome wrap on my car because I wouldn't want people to recognize me, and I actually don't want attention on the road. I also don't want law enforcement to draw attention to my car because of its flashiness. Don't do that either. Yeah, I know, I'm shocking. I'm betraying the law of holo, I know. Nails, different story. But my personal car, I don't want to drive something that everyone could spot. Like celebrities who are like, I want a baby pink, like Mercedes Jeep, not a Jeep or whatever the fuck, I forget what it's called, the G-Wagon. No? I don't know. Like, I don't want that. I don't want anything that anyone would be like, oh my God, that's Trisha Paytas's car. Like, no, I don't want that. I don't want you to know, to recognize. So it would just be like a generic looking. Yeah, I'm not putting my face on my car like Jojo Siwa. What the fuck? No, thank you. Yeah. But what I did used to do, and if you recall that in the Mazda, it's unfortunate that that was the winter wheels, but my summer wheels for my old Mazda actually had red chrome in the recessed wheels. Okay, so like, maybe I'll just like find a picture. I'm sure I posted this, but Mazda, it's like a way to spice things up without being obnoxious or like getting pulled over because your car looks insane. Mazda 3 chrome wheels in the recess. And this is because I used to literally do this myself at work. Well, This isn't gonna show you my wheels, which are somewhere on the internet. Bonus points if you know what I mean, but like what I did is like, let's say you have a 5-spoke wheel. The number of spokes just means like how many of these. There's not gonna be a color. I wonder if I put red chrome, will I find mine? No. Okay, so like that's fully red. But what I did is, let's just do wheels 5-spoke recess paint, just so I can communicate the idea. Why is no one, they're just doing the full wheel. So you had to be talented to do just the recesses because you have to do a tape job to tape it off. Kind of like, yeah, no, that's just a reflection. Okay, here. So see how, this is just a random Hyundai wheel, just ignore that. See how the top surface is silver and then the recess of the wheel is black, okay? So I did that with my Mazda. I hand taped the spokes so that the recess was red chrome. And then my dad's shop painted the red chrome, but I taped it because you have to like tape it kind of like a nail vinyl. I'm so proud of it. It's like uncommon, but that was the one thing I did to, I don't know, kind of do something fun. Yeah, there is a picture somewhere on the internet, but. Black accent wheels are just as pretty, yeah. And these often come from like stock from some OEM parts. Like you can just get them that way, so they're already made that way as opposed to painted. But you can get custom paint jobs. And then there's like a girl like me taping the wheel in the back. No, I'm just kidding. Look what Ben found. Oh, he found an answer. How Canada is not like the United States. Home Mortgage Edition. This is so depressing. This was written in 2014. It's still true. Yeah. Okay, maybe this will give me that high-level answer that I was looking for. Canada doesn't have 30-year fixed mortgage terms, but that's not the only difference. Blah, blah, blah. Just tell me how it works. This is too long and confusing. I'm gonna need a TikTok version of this with my attention span. The Canadian system requires and incentivizes banks not to sell their loans. That factor alone discouraged Canadian banks from offering the kind of wild who gives a damn mortgage structure that infected the US. It also prevented the erosion of underwriting. Okay. You still haven't explained how it makes sense in America to like not have to change your rate for 30 years. How does that make sense in the economy? The brain is not braining today, but if you're reading and understanding, I am glad. Here, plainly, the 30-year fixed mortgage isn't the culprit in the housing crash and not a major factor in the slowness of the US housing recovery. If you think it needs replacing, then you have to be prepared to accept the other differences between the US and Canada that kept the Canadian market afloat. Is our market afloat though? This was written in 2014. But American bankers won't like that. They won't like heightened meddling in their balance sheets by a government agency. They'd love to be rid of borrower-friendly 30-year fixed mortgages, but also rid of regulations that would prevent them from piling on borrowers. They don't want an improved system in the US, just one that's better for them. Sounds about right. The 30-year fixed mortgage is one of the few banking products that unquestionably favors the American banking customer. Yes, that's how Canadians feel. Because they go, what? How come I don't have that? Not Christine dogging on the Canadian economy. I don't know. I'm not an economist, guys. I don't know how we got here. I'm reading the Los Angeles Times that Ben sent me. Simply, it's just part of our portfolio for companies that specialize in this. Yes. Okay, Ben says, it's not a simple answer. Damn it, I was looking for a simple answer. Canadian banks can't go after borrowers as much if they default on their mortgages. The Canadian market is smaller and banks have less incentive to offer and markets to offset long-term mortgages. There you go. What stream is this? Nobody fucking knows. It started with being confused how there could be a mortgage rate that Americans could lock in to for 30 years, when in Canada it's like it has to renew every 2, 3, or 5 on average. And then you are forced basically out of your house if you can't afford the same house at a new mortgage rate, which isn't a thing in the US. And I was like, how? What? Simply not economical. Did not graduate in economics. This is what happens when you put 2 former StatsCan workers. Yeah, but I worked in the wrong section of StatCan. I only know about crime, and I never learned about housing and the economy and mortgage rates. Honestly, mortgage rates and all of that and amortization is so fucking confusing, and they need to teach that in schools. They need to teach interest rates, inflation, mortgage rates, amortization. All of these things should be taught when you are young, because then you might actually retain the information, and it's so useful and helpful to your and taxes to your everyday life. And it's not something that I grew up like knowing that much about, and was kind of forced to figure it out when I like eventually went to buy my own place when I was buying a condo. But I was kind of just like winging it and relying on other people to like help. Does this make sense? Like, I don't know, you know? It is very much a life skill. Yeah. And it's important to know, yeah, like, do you know if you're being exploited? So a different example is I knew a lot about cars, but I think people in the car industry when I was shopping for like my Mazda 3 they assumed I didn't. So when I would ask things and like have in the contract, make sure there's no like check engine light on, or like are snows included, or like wheels and tires kind of thing. Like I knew enough of the baselines to ask questions. So having knowledge about whatever it is that you're gonna make an investment in is so important. And you can apply that to like anything in life. What happened to unpacking? We're done, or we're done for now. Did I miss this? Maya, hi, I just converted from acrylic to a nail polish. Yay! What are your tips for maintaining healthy nails? My nails are weak. Nail oil, nail oil, nail oil. Put this on 3 times a day. Do it right now. Teaching financial literacy is actually a big push in the US. Sorry, I read Canada, but you said US. Yeah, I know. I agree with it. When we bought our home, we had to take a mortgage class. What? There's mortgage classes? What? I've never heard of this before. That's sick though. That's good. What happened to them? Susan, I remember you said you're a boomer. Okay, so they had them back in your day? Where are they now? They just gave up. Literally about to go buy a car in a few hours. Listen closely. Check the return policy, the conditions. Make sure you have a pre-purchase inspection. And if there's any issues on that pre-purchase inspection, then you should be able to void the sale, if you will, at your own discretion. Kind of the same thing with like buying a house. Like if you find something you don't like during the inspection, you should be able to say, never mind, void. Always get that PPI. Yeah, as is means you can't return it. Fuck. People decided sports were more important. I didn't do sports either. I did art classes. All right, well, with that, I'm gonna go decorate the Christmas tree with Ben. Since Ben's home. So we're gonna decorate our tree, and yeah. So let's see, what's today? Saturday the 14th. On Wednesday, I think I'm gonna play the Sad Cat game. There's a new cat game out. It should just be a one-stream game. Check Simply React, your streams in there? Okay, I will. Oh wait, Ben found one too. Wait, I have to show you my car. Thank you, Simply React. Everyone who found this. Yee Roy. There you go. Get in, bitches. Teenage me thinks I'm cool. That's my red rims. Look, see the recess? They're red chrome. Just a little touch in there. I painted them. I didn't do the paint myself, but I taped them myself. And then the painter did the painting. Yeah, and I was wearing a red Abercrombie shirt, cut off cargo pants, capri cargo pants, and a fucking walkie-talkie. Do you see this? That is a walkie-talkie. That's how people used to communicate, because we didn't have fucking Apple Watches. And my mirror caps, look, the mirror caps were also red chrome to match. I thought I was so cool. Look how cool I am. That was my dad's shop. But yeah, I was very lucky because like my dad had a car shop. So if I put in the taping work, then he let me, you know, get it sprayed for free. Or just like, I don't know, I did some admin work for him too. So I thought I was cool with my, like, look at my red, like custom red mirror caps. Although like it chipped off. It wasn't good in the winter. The problem is with like all these specialty paints, similar to specialty nail polish, is it doesn't hold up in the elements as well as like the tried and true, like classic types of car paints. So yeah, when it was winter, like the ice it did not agree with this. So eventually I just painted them black again. At least my wheels I could swap, so these were just my summer wheels. That is a cool car, thank you. This was like before it was rusting. This was early on when I was like, I'm so cool. Yeah, just like a touch of something fun, but otherwise just classic black. Yeah, I guess I said it was 2008. I guess that's accurate. It sounds about right. Oh my God, that's so long ago. Do they salt roads in Canada or just plow? Both, and it's still fucked. They salt roads and they plow roads and then we shovel roads. Like it's just fucked. Like in Canada, it's more common. I don't know, Canadians or people who live in the snow, let me know. I think in my experience working in cars, it's more common for customers to have 2 sets of wheels if you can afford it, because then all you have to do is just pop off the whole unit, like wheel and tire, and just swap out. And then you have a winter wheel with a winter tire, then you have a summer wheel with a summer tire, and then you just do swap, 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 and then you store the other 4 in storage. It's easier because then you don't need to do like a mountain balance every time. But then you do need 2 sets of rims. It's very common from where I'm from. Same in Germany, I swap the tires. So some people swap the tires, which requires a mountain balance, which like literally they like go and then they peel off the tire, off the rim. I used to watch a guy do it. But you kind of do wear your tire tread down more by using the same tire over time. And if you're driving in different conditions, then maybe it's not as optimal. So the most optimal way to drive and extend the life of your 2 sets of tires is to actually just have 2 sets of tires and 2 sets of rims, so that your winter rims can just get fucked up and they can just be ugly and you can just not care about them because they're gonna get salty and disgusting and they might rust. And then your summer rims, you'll only drive them when it's not snowing, so they'll always look nicer. So I had my nice summer rims and then my shitty winter rims. And then you didn't have to pay for mounting and balancing because you just kept the same wheel set. You just had to pay for storage or stored in your garage. So that was kind of the strategy. Very common in Quebec, yeah. That's what we do in Quebec, yeah. Norway here, we're required by law to swap tires. I think that's true here too, right? I think we Googled this before. I've just always done it as a best practice. Like, no, you need snow tires if you're fucking driving in the snow. Don't be dumb. Rims aren't cheap. Yeah, they're not. But I guess I had the privilege of growing up in cars, so I had my hookups to get cheap rims. Well, you can get the shitty rims. You can get like hubcaps, like style rims that are like super cheap, that a lot of people do in the winter. Was your Mazda all-wheel drive? Yeah, yes. Yeah, rims are expensive, but it's also an investment. If you're gonna keep the car, like don't do this on a lease. Make the people who are giving you a lease give you 2 sets. But if you are gonna keep the car for like 10 years, it's actually more economical sometimes, depending on the wheel you choose. If you live in a snowy country, to just buy those 2 sets of rims and have 2 sets of tires, and then you just pay for the swapping. Because over time, it actually gets more expensive to do the mounting and balancing, which takes more time and care from the guy actually doing it than just putting on a wheel. Putting on a wheel takes 5 minutes. Mounting and balancing could take up to an hour, because then sometimes they need to do like a tire alignment and a wheel balancing. And over time, that will add up to be maybe more than the set of buying a new set of rims. Plus, you get to extend the life by 2 because you're only riding on some tires half the year. So it just depends. Winter wheels usually aren't as pretty. Yeah, on purpose, because you don't give a fuck when they're salt and they're getting nasty. Why do rims matter? How often do you need new ones? Well, rims should last forever. Rim is just like the silver metal part of the wheel. But if you drive in the snow where there's salt, salt will cause rust and corrosion over time. So your wheels will get nasty and break down, not, I'm being dramatic, but like corroded, it's possible, the more you drive in the snow. So that's why a lot of people in colder climates just have a set of summers and a set of winters, so that they can buy the ugliest, cheapest wheels for the winter and not care because they're gonna get ruined anyways, and then have like somewhat nicer looking ones in the summer that never get ruined. Salt eats everything, for sure. Also, the tire will deform if you only have 1 pair of wheels. Not always. From my memory, like the mountain balancing is actually kind of precarious, and you can like fuck up a tire or a rim just by doing it. Like there's like a machine that goes in and basically like plies away the wheel off of, or sorry, the tire off the wheel, like a fucking wedge is like being driven into it, and then it goes around. And you could scrape the wheel. I mean, this would be on the company if they did it to you, but it does stretch the tire, which like isn't the best. Anyways. I don't know. I was just raised to like, the most efficient way is just swap wheels, and then it's just less work for for the car shop, and then you don't have to worry about it. And then you get twice the life out of your 2 sets of tires. So it's just smarter. All right, says goodbye to chat, stays for another half an hour to talk about wheels. Dorota says, she is spitting the truth. I'm a certified mechanic. Thank you. My knowledge is definitely old. I haven't been in that industry for some time, since literally probably this age. This is when I was in university and I was going back to town to work in car shops over the summers, and then that would be the end of my time in cars. But love a good, cool looking rim. Whenever I see someone with cool rims, I'm like, nice. Who did that tape job? Or like whatever. I'm always more impressed if there's like a multicolor spoke or something, because I'm just like, that was custom. That wasn't a standard alloy wheel. All right, okay, we're gonna end it there. Thank you guys for partially unpacking with me or discussing very confusing mortgage rates in America versus Canada, or wheels and rusting Mazda 3s from 2004. I will see you all on Wednesday for gaming, and if not, next Saturday for holiday nail painting. I'm gonna do a quick little paint my nails for some holiday stuff, and hopefully you'll join me. Thank you to the mods, thank you to all, and to all a good night. Thanks so much for watching, I'll see you later, bye. Bye.